car market is finally crashing. Now that's not really the best story and best case of news for me, because I own a couple of cars that are going to depreciate very significantly, but it's finally happening and we're finally seeing a drop in the car market that I have been talking about for about a year now. Let's go for a little drive in the Mustang and let's talk about it. This car's been sitting, so this is a cold startup. And it sounds good every time. Now before you comment, cars aren't getting any cheaper, what are you talking about? I actually have a couple of facts and a couple of other figures that are interesting from last year, November, December, but also from April and May. It wasn't a fact of if the market is gonna depreciate, it was when the market was gonna pop and when that bubble was finally going to burst and we would start seeing cheaper cars. So the market back in December saw a little bit of a crash, specifically in the higher end exotic sports car realm. Cars like GT350s took a significant dive almost overnight. It seemed like one day GT350s were sitting up at $65,000, $70,000, and all of a sudden the bubble just popped on them. And literally 1 week later, I was scrolling through, and they were like $60,000. Now the market since summer did pick up a little bit, obviously because more people are buying cars because it is summer. So the prices went back up slightly, which was going to happen regardless of the bubble popping or not. More people are buying sports cars in the summer. That's a no-brainer. That's just a statistical fact. Every single year the market goes up in the summertime. I think one of the problems and one of the issues of why those cars ended up depreciating so much is actually because of the owners. The owners got scared. GT350 owners got a little terrified. I saw tons of 350s being listed in late 2022, making the prices go down because there's so much more supply and the demand just wasn't there at that moment in time for those cars, which is why they took a huge nosedive, almost $10,000 literally in a week. Now we're seeing a huge cool down in the market in specific areas. My market around here still is a little bit hot because it still is hard to get sports cars here. There's not very many clean cars out here because of rust. People abuse them, whatnot. But in places further down south, we have seen a little bit of a correction in the market. Cars that were selling for $15,000 are now selling for $5,000 cheaper in some cases. Higher end sports cars around $70,000 to $100,000 are always going to have a market. There's always going to be buyers for those cars, especially as they stop making some of the cars like the supercharged V8s, the naturally aspirated V8s, and so forth and so on. There's always going to be people buying cars like that. People like me, enthusiasts who enjoy those cars, because there's not very many of them out there compared to other cars. But also companies are starting to catch up on production. The new Toyota Prius at one point was 7 to 10 months out. They're saying they're upping production on a car like that. I just placed an order for one of those cars. Everyday regular cars will depreciate, and we've already seen a little bit of a correction in the market. Now, I'm not someone who looks at everyday regular cars on a everyday basis. I look at sports cars every single day. Sports cars world has come down significantly. I've been tempted so many times recently to go out a couple of hours and go buy another car simply because it seems like such a good deal. Because there's so many cars being listed for sale, people are running out of money, interest rates are high, the whole economy is kind of coming down, and that means the sports car world is going to come down, and that means the car market is going to come down. Now, these are statistical facts. In May and April, the car market dropped further than any other point in history, and it also means that companies are going to have to start selling normal regular cars at sticker, because people like me will just go to the dealership next door and order a car with them, which is literally exactly what happened last week when I went to go order a new Toyota Prius for my family. I was told by one dealership $7,000 over sticker after all the fees and extra stuff that they were taxing on with it. I literally went and called 3 different dealerships, and all 3 of those dealers said, yeah, we're pretty much at sticker. Like, you can come order the car and we're going to be at sticker. Keep in mind that dealership I went to didn't have a car for like 6 months for me. That car is just on back order. And even the one I'm ordering is on a 6-month back order or so, and Toyota's catching up with stuff. But why would I go and support that dealership who's charging me a $4,000 like cosmetic package I have to buy? There's no reason for that. Absolutely zero reason that I have to go buy from that dealership, which is why they don't have many people on their list. But a truck like a Bronco hasn't taken that depreciation hit, and they probably won't take it for a while. The one thing that they will take a hit on is they might come finally back down to sticker price. And this is my perfect example of what I was saying before when I told you guys do not buy a vehicle over sticker. Let's look back to 2020 when people bought GT500s anywhere between $50,000 to $60,000 over MSRP. That GT500 that was $50,000 to $60,000 over is now worth somewhere near sticker. There's plenty of people who bought them at sticker, but the cars are depreciating. The cars have come down, and in some cases, there's GT500s that are selling under sticker right now with low miles on them. Literally last week, I found a car that had 7,000 miles for under sticker. And that's a clean title, no accident, nothing wrong with the car. They're just finally coming down, and people have lost $60,000 to $70,000 on a car, and the sticker price of the car was $70,000 to $80,000. I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. Same thing's gonna happen with the Type Rs. People who paid $100,000 for a Civic that's worth $40,000 are going to lose out on that money when they do make a couple in a couple more years. Same story with the new Integra. Same story with the manual Supras that are now going 20, 30, 40,000 over sticker. Same story with literally any new car. Even like the Nissan Z, those cars are, when they catch up with production in a few years, will depreciate. The GT500 was a limited production car. The Z06 is a limited production car. Both of those vehicles are going to depreciate at some point. Yes, even the new Seat Z06 has taken a decent hit. Those cars have not come down to reality yet because Chevy's so far behind on production. Those cars were anywhere between 70 to 100. Now they're somewhere between 50 to 100, which is still a very broad range, but they have come down a little bit, even though they're still selling over sticker like crazy. And what does that mean? Well, it just means that the people who actually were the intended buyers for the things like the new Z, for the things like the new Type R, just an everyday person looking for a sports car that's affordable, will finally be able to afford these cars. Now, some of these newer cars will take a couple of years still, but a car like a GT500 is finally selling a little bit under sticker or even at sticker, which is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, this car sounds so good. My camera's flashing red at me, but one more. We gotta do one more. Now, unfortunately, certain vehicles are not going to come down for a while, like the Broncos, like the Type Rs, like the new Integra, but there are going to be certain cars that will. Cars like the Mustangs, cars like Nissan 350Zs, Nissan 370Zs, all those regular sports cars that took a $5,000 to $10,000 just hike in price will come down anywhere between $5,000 to $6,000 in a couple of months. If not, they already have come down a couple of $1,000s off of what the market was going for literally 4 or 5 months back, because people are going to start running out of money. The interest rates are high. People have to pay more for their car loans, more for their houses, more for everything, which means that they'll start selling their cars and less people are going to be wanting to buy their cars. So the market will automatically correct in pretty much every area. It's just going to take a little bit of time. We're going to continue to see a price drop in the next 6 months or so here from my predictions. I'm no analyst or anything like that, but I've been right on everything I've said so far. But that's good and bad news. I always anticipated my cars to depreciate. It's just taken a little bit longer than it should have, I suppose. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It started to rain, so I guess that's about all for filming today. I'll see you guys in the next video.